Hello, I'm Mark Meir. I'll be the Dungeon Master for Idle Champions Presents The Black Pits. I'll be portraying all the NPCs, including, of course, Baeloth Baratil, aka Baeloth the Entertainer. You can see me every Thursday on the official Dungeons & Dragons Twitch and YouTube channels in the Black Dice Society. And you can find me on Twitter at Mark_Meir or on Instagram at Mark Meir.
Hello, I'm Adam Bradford. I'm the CDO at Demiplane, and today in this adventure, I am playing Briv Steelmarrow from Heroes of the Plains and a variety of other shows, and I cannot wait to get back into his skin. Huzzah! You can find me on Twitter at BadEyeAdam.
Hi everyone, I'm Megan Kenrick, and I'll be playing Widdle, a level 17 Dhampir Gnome Evocation Wizard, Lady of Barovia. She is available to play right now in Idle Champions. You can find me playing as Riddle, an auto gnome that Widdle created, every Wednesday on Legends of the Multiverse on D&D's Twitch and YouTube channels.
What's up, friends? I'm Becca Scott. You can find me on the internet at the Becca Scott on all the things. You can also find my board game content and RPGs on Good Time Society, wherever you look things up. And today I am Tatyana. Tatyana is an Air Genasi barbarian, Circle of the Moon druid. You can find her every Thursday on Black Dice Society as well on the D&D channels, and currently a character in Idle Champions as well.
Hey everyone, I'm Jim Zub, comic book writer, probably best known for doing the official Dungeons & Dragons comics. Today, I'm thrilled to be playing, once again, the infamous, famous, legendary Minsc the Mighty, the character from Baldur's Gate fame, and also available to play on Idle Champions. If you want to find out more about my work, check into jimzub.com.
Hello, it is I, B. Dave Walters. I say words about things. You can find me all over the interwebs and occasionally on television, wherever fine streaming content can be located. You follow me at the Tweetagrams at B. Dave Walters. I just spend my life doing things with these people. I write comics like Jim. I'm on streams with all of them. Today, I'm playing Freely, the lucky halfling, who, while not as large as Tatyana, is still, he's been, taking care of himself while he's been on his wedding vacation, or whatever you call it. Honeymoon is week. I don't know.
I'm Erin M. Evans. You can find me on Twitter at Erin M. Evans. And today I am playing Havilar, my tiefling fighter from the Brimstone Angels saga.
Hello, and welcome to Idle Champions Presents The Black Pits. You've already met our fantastic array of players and the characters they will be playing. I will introduce myself right now. I am Mark Meir, your Dungeon Master. And before we get started, I have a few very important announcements for you. First of all, the Summer Spectacular starts today at 12 p.m. Pacific and lasts for 1 week. Log into Idle Champions Daily and unlock unique rewards. Get 4 daily reward chests during the Summer Spectacular and unlock the exclusive Gladiator Minsc and Boo skin. And thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to use code BlackPitsGlam. That's Black without an A, Pits Glam, to unlock Tatyana and her Gladiator Tatyana skin. Starting July 14th, log into Epic Games to claim the Baeloth's Gladiators of the Black Pits pack, which contains over $100 worth of in-game items, including champion unlocks, chests, and the Black Pit skin for Mr. Baeloth Baratil. And with that out of the way, let us begin our adventure. Freely.
Yeah. Was that Baeloth, the Slayer of Tiamat, Baeloth Baratil, the Slayer of Halaster Blackcloak, that Baeloth Baratil?
I think his name's Alabaster Booty Claps, though.
You're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, that is the guy that I was there when
Sounds
that
made up.
Did someone say booty clap?
Okay. Sorry, please go.
We're already role-playing and we haven't even started.
No, Baeloth, please. We're all here for this. Please go.
Of course. No. The role-play, I think, is the paramount importance. So, Freely, Briv, Havilar, Tatyana, Minsc, and Widdle. You appear in the signature flash of a teleport spell.
Ah, here we go again.
As your vision clears, you find yourself standing in a large stone chamber, sigils and glyphs in a circle on the floor around you. As you look around, you see your companions, and standing before you, a figure that is familiar to you all. Baeloth Baratil, Drow Shadow Sorcerer, also known as Baeloth the Entertainer and Master of the Black Pits. Aha, my friends! You've joined us at last. I see that my constant haranguing has managed to finally procure an appearance out of all of you. At Baeloth's side, you see a man with the head of a tiger, dressed in rich robes, smoking a pipe, which he holds in oddly shaped hands. And floating at Baeloth's side, a djinn, his arms crossed. All of you also recognize Najim, Baeloth's constant companion. So good to see you all. Thank you for joining us.
Freely
I have
runs
no
her-
idea who any of these people are.
Freely
I have
runs
no-
her. Oh, sorry. Nope.
No, I don't know any of this. Glowing marks on floor, a strange tiger-shaped man, and is there evil here?
Oh, Minsc, you wound me. How could you forget our times together, taking down Tiamat herself? Of course, I did deliver the killing blow. But before that, when I was climbing my way back up the ladder of success, our adventures together. Don't you remember Baldur's Gate, etc.?
Yes, of course. The time when we kicked evil in the rumpus, and we stomped evil, and we punched evil. Hold on. Boo's had, so the little hamster's talking, whispering in my ear, and he goes, yeah, you're all right. Okay, it's fine.
Yes, of course. Boo remembers me, don't you? High five, little guy. Boop. As he holds out a
Tatyana
finger.
turns to Najin and is like, why does your assistant talk so much?
Would that were the case, Tatyana. Good to see you again. Yes, there's time for pleasantries later, Najim. How is everyone doing? Ready and in fighting form?
Freely runs right past Baeloth and just tackle hugs Widdle. Like, oh my God, Widdle! Hi, wait.
Oh my God! Whittle tackle hugs Freely back. I haven't seen you since the wedding.
Yes, it's the
What
wedding.
am I, chopped
Oh,
liver?
Briv, hey, Briv!
Oh my God, you're here too!
Yes, they're all
Huzzah.
here. Hey, right, and Havilar,
Huzzah.
chest bump, Havilar, come on.
Chest bump! Ah!
All right, well,
Oh,
and
it's good to see thee again,
who-
Havilar.
who is this tall, blue, ferocious-looking? I'm also very tall. Excuse me, blue.
Really,
blue,
this
blue.
is Tatyana.
I'll have my friends speak for me. Havilar, tell them. I'll flex in the background.
This is Tatyana. She's amazing. She's an Argenasi barbarian and druid, and Freely, we might be best friends. I think maybe we're best friends.
Oh,
Well, my first best friend spot is taken, but you are
That's your
definitely my
sister
second
best friend spot. My sister best friend spot's taken too. We are fighting best friends. Does that sound good?
Yes! Fist
Okay,
bump,
good.
chest bump,
but
forehead bump.
I kind of I married my
I will
sister,
knock you out.
but
with-
fighting friend. Not the sister. Well, anyway, hi, I'm Freely. Nice to
This
meet
is
you.
Freely. He can do all kinds of things. He's basically all of the different stuff.
I mean, just and
You are
see very
small,
much,
but mighty?
I'm very tall for a half. Baeloth, tell her I'm very tall for a halfling.
Oh, yes, of a prodigious size for a halfling, most certainly. And Freely, did I hear that nuptials were a recent occurrence in your life?
Oh yeah. No, Penelope finally made an honest halfling out of me. Right after that whole Tiamat business, and we figured like we sort of saved the world again. Probably we should go ahead and make it official. And Widdle gave us the keys to Storm Herald's. Got a flying castle. That's cool. I mean, in this market, right, having a place to live. We've been all over the place. And today she was gonna go visit the in-laws, and I told her I was gonna be doing some volunteering for charity, so she wouldn't worry. And but I'm a little rusty. You got like I was I'm like meteor swarm, like it won't come out. I'm just meteor swarm. Like I don't.
Oh, don't worry. That happens to everyone from time to time.
I'm sure.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Just Briv, I mean, you look a little leaner than the last time I saw you. I mean, you're just slightly less divine, I think.
They do not have chicken wings in Akros, and therefore it is truly a miserable existence for me at this time.
Excuse me, warrior, I do not think we have met, but we do have something in common. I too like chicken wings.
Huzzah! Very pleased to meet your acquaintance. It
Well
is
met.
Tatyana.
That
Is
is
that
close
what
enough.
I read?
Yes.
Very well.
Well, now we
Minsc,
all.
you've both beaten me at drinking contests.
Well met.
Huzzah.
I mean, Widdle's the dark horse in those things, but so be it. Yeah, okay. Well, hey,
Drinking contests later.
Drinking contest.
Wait, Baeloth,
Oh, we're not
Baeloth.
starting yet?
Baeloth, hold on. You got these are all very powerful people, but these are all friends of mine. You're not gonna make us fight down here for like money and just your own like sick pleasure, because I refuse. Not gonna do
Because
it.
I would love that.
I will most definitely do that.
I assure everyone that is not the case, though it is my usual modus operandi. But don't worry, you've all very generously donated your time and your fame here today. I'm actually surprised not everyone knew each other. I always assume famous people do, and you are famous.
Legendary. Yes.
That
yes,
feels
very
gross.
Yeah, no,
You
I
don't
mean,
have to say
yeah,
that.
no, Boo has his stories are told far and wide, and also you too, Minsc. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? Good to
What
see you again.
is
I
a
did-
boo?
Ooh, have you not had the pleasure?
So
Please,
I hold
Minsc.
Boo out and basically go, this is miniature giant space hamster.
It is
Incredibly
hideous.
Powerful. Hideous.
What type
No,
of creature
no.
is that?
Evil.
Animal
Hideous.
people's
Boo
hamsters.
is stunning in his
No.
countenance. And incredibly demure, also attractive, handsome, and other descriptors of positive nature.
I pressed.
Tatyana uses beast speak to ask Boo, what do you think of this guy?
I was gonna say I pressed to digitate Boo, so that like wind is blowing through his fur while he's
So
getting
through
this.
the hamster hair. That's good.
Very well. And you use speak with
Yes.
animals to speak with Boo, Tatyana? What specifically do you ask?
Do you like this guy as much as he likes you?
Shut up.
Yes, as I was saying, now that everyone knows each other, I want to thank you all again for answering the call of my emissaries and meeting here today. I've brought you from across the realms and across the plains here to compete for my audience. Oh, it's going to be fantastic! Now, of course, you are the headliners, so your bout's not quite up yet. Now, Ilan Garak, he indicates the tiger-headed man next to him. I think all of you are experienced enough adventurers to know a Rakshasa when you see one. Yes. Thank you for joining us. I am Baeloth's business partner. I keep everything running smoothly. He, of course, is quite the showman, but no head for business. Oh, Elan Garak, well, guilty as charged. I keep these lawful sorts around to keep all the I's crossed and the T's dotted. Actually, Baeloth, that is... No, I know, Elan Garak. It was a bit. Now then, you've all met Najim. The Jinn looks and nods to each of you. Yes, I think we're all well acquainted, and it's time to get you situated. We mentioned chicken wings before. Well, let me tell you, there are a wide variety of refreshments available, merchandise as well, giant foam fingers, that sort of thing, pennants and banners, all completely merchandisable and marked with my symbol. The Black Pit's merch tent is open for business. Oh, speaking of which, Elan Garak, you see Elan Garak produces some contracts, looks to be. He unfurls them. Does anyone read Infernal?
I do, apparently.
Nope. I don't.
Anyone else? No. Very well. Havilar, you're the only one who is able to decipher the Infernal script before you. You see right at the top that this has been prepared by what is apparently Baeloth's law firm, the firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, residents of the Nine Hells, with offices in Avernus and Nessus. Just a formality, you understand? A simple release and whatnot. And of course, we can discuss merchandising rights if you'd like a little slice of the pie.
I got
Pie?
these Havilar horns, and they don't look anything like Havilar's horns, Baeloth. Like, I mean, it's like you've never even seen her before you started selling these things.
Oh, let me see that. Oh, cheap knockoffs, I assure you. I'll have my lawyers look into this.
Wait, people want to wear my horns?
In the meantime...
Oh, yeah, your horns are incredible. Yeah.
I would wear your horns.
Yeah.
That's cool.
My little
All
girl
of
wears
you.
thine horns.
All of you.
See?
Each and every one of you has a veritable legion of fans, all eager to follow your exploits, and many of them have attended today. Yes, I got quite the little bit of advertising bonus for letting people know that you'd be performing today.
So, hold on. Let me, you have a contract there. I have seen some really evil contracts, and lawyers tend to be extra ugly evil.
The most evil.
Most evil.
If you want to seek a lawyer, it's best to look in the Nine Hells. That's what I always say. But I assure you, there's nothing coercive about this at all. Just a simple formality. Minsc, if you prefer, you can just make an X on the line.
I know how to. The hamster does all the contract work.
Of course.
Can I make my imp read it? Because that's a lot of paperwork, and I don't know some of these words.
Of course. Please delegate to your underlings. That's what I do. And
Havilar
so
sort of screws up her face and says, "I need help," which should summon Mott. And then Mott.
And in a puff of brimstone, Mott suddenly appears. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, we have this contract to sign, and we want to make sure that we're not giving Baeloth our souls and such. And I figure you'll get in trouble if I give someone my soul. So can you make sure we're not making a stupid decision?
Oh, sure. Let me have a look-see here. It's like, this looks mostly to be boilerplate, blah, blah, blah. But will not hold liable in case of dismemberment, disintegration, etc., etc. Like I say, standard stuff. Decapitation.
Wait, hold on. We're allowed to decapitate, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, that's what was implied.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
If you become decapitated, it's no one's fault but your own.
Right,
That's
yeah.
what
No,
I think.
true. No, but I mean, absolutely get revenge, though. Hey, Havilar, make sure Farida knows if we get decapitated down here, then Farida's got to come and kill Baeloth. And then,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
Freely immediately signs.
Okay.
Like, done.
Hey, Baeloth. Between me and you, I'm actually okay with giving you my soul because I kind of promised it to the dark powers in Barovia, and I haven't been able to leave because of that. And I'm actually kind of curious how you got me here. It's a nice change. It's been like 500 years, so thank you for that.
Ways and means.
And I think the advertisement you were talking about are more people wondering how the heck I got out. So.
Oh, yes, people are very excited to see you here. And, I see the blunderbow is still treating you
It's been working out
well.
real well.
That was your reward. Yes, your reward for winning your way through the Barovian franchise of the Black Pits, as I recall.
I think back then I was a Lugaroo.
Briv, did Widdle just say it's been 500 years? Because, I mean, I know, but...
I don't understand time. Time operates on a spectrum. I don't know what that word means, but it does.
I think time works a little different in Ravenloft.
I mean, you look great to be 500 and however many. Yeah, I'm out of fingers. You look great, though.
Well, thank you for that. I think I was like 1,000 years old when I got into Barovia, so I don't know. Maybe I'm 1,500 years old. Maybe I'm 500. I don't know.
Yes, things get very timey-wimey around here. It's best not to worry too much about continuity.
Yeah, I try not to
Baeloth,
think, yeah.
Meantime,
I was not born yesterday. I shall sign thine contract if one condition is met.
yes?
The aforementioned chicken wings, I am sure your magic powers allow thee to deliver them to Theros, and I would like at least a weekly delivery for the rest of mine waking living days.
Put that in mind too. That's
Interesting.
good.
What if we make it a little more sporting and we make this chicken wing delivery service a part of your grand prize?
Very well, I shall win, so that is fine. I shall sign.
Wait, hold on. Actual chickens, not abyssal chickens, like chickens, yummy chickens. Yeah,
Actually, I
on to
don't
you, buddy.
care about that stipulation. Any type of chicken is going to taste perfectly fine, I'm sure.
Of course, the whole thing about chicken wings is rending flesh from bone with your teeth. Who cares how it tastes, right? That's what sauce is for.
The taste
Sauces,
matters.
Yes.
The type of chicken does not.
We can work out the details later, but in the
I like
meantime,
that.
let's not hang about the holding area.
We are not chickens, and we have action to unleash.
Well said, Minsc.
Yeah,
Well said
right.
indeed. I
That
can
was
see
poetic.
why you are a truly legendary hero.
Yes.
Now then, it's time to meet your public and time for me to show off. Right this way. With a wave of his hands, the massive doors to this chamber swing open, and you're greeted with a cacophony of sounds and smells. Smells of, yes, what seems to be roasting chicken, but also sweet baked goods. The smells of a crowd of people, but of a rather upscale nature, perfumes and whatnot. As I say, a large crowd of people, all talking, yelling, shouting. You see Baeloth gesture and walks out, flanked by Langarak and Najim. The six of you are not in the arena per se, but you can see it from your vantage point up on this promenade. As you exit from the teleport chamber, overlooking a massive arena, raked seats filled with all manner of spectators. And when I say all manner of spectators, I mean all manner. Even from this distance, you can see what looks to be a brass dragon stretched out across several rows. It's got a section to itself. It seems to be smoking from a large hookah. There are all kinds of individuals in these seats. As you're moving down the stairs, you can see, yes, among this crowd, there do seem to be all manner of fiends from both the Abyss and the Nine Hells. There are golden-winged celestials. You could swear that that's a solar that you see waving goodbye to its companions and heading towards one of the teleport chambers. And, of course, there are stalls. Tatyana and Briv, especially, I would say, would take note of these stalls selling all manner of foods. Beyond that, on a lower level, you can see that there are various merchandise booths, as well as actual weapon stalls, armor stalls, stalls selling scrolls, potions, all manner of magical materials. Now, I'll just let you wander for a little bit, get the lay of the land, as it were. I am called away. Duty, as you know, is ever present in the life of an entertainer. Yes, Freely, you look like you have a question.
You notice that it's like Freely is actively trying to steer Minsc away from every evil thing he sees, but then you see Freely's eyes also narrow for a second and like snaps out of it, like trying to like, hey, no, we're here for charity. We're here for charity.
When Widdle
There's a
sees
lot
the
of bad
scrolls,
people up there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're here because they're still they're animal lovers. That okay, wait, the mind flayer. I gotta go get the mind flayer.
Literally one hell of a crowd, and I don't know if I like it.
Oh, Minsc, you must understand that here in the audience, especially, is neutral ground. We do not hold anyone back from attendance at the Black Pits. But just as we have the lower planes represented, so are the more celestial ones. And certainly those who walk the path of balance are also welcome. But make no mistake, you will have ample opportunity to vanquish evil, sir.
We shall see.
Okay. All right.
Oh, speaking of evil, a woman with the gigantic woman with the lower body of a snake and 6 arms is suddenly slithering towards you. This is Jazaka, my head of security. If there's any trouble with shall we say, overenthusiastic fans, just give her a nod, and I'm sure she'll have it taken care of. In the meantime,
can she arm wrestle all
yes.
6 of us? I bet. Can she arm wrestle all
Yes!
6 of us?
That's a great
Yeah,
idea.
right.
I mean, we don't need the security, but the
Yeah,
arm
right.
wrestling I would take.
Yeah. I won't even use my mechanical arm.
She looks at all of you and sort of smirks, then looks at Tatyana and sort of locks eyes and gives you what you would say is a nod of respect.
Mm.
She seems to be admiring your arms in particular.
All right. I'll arm wrestle you. I need to warm up.
I'd love to, but I'm on duty currently. But perhaps after your matches are complete, we might have a tussle.
A tussle we shall have.
Baeloth?
Widdle,
Baeloth,
I think
Baeloth?
that was subtext.
Yes, Havilar?
You sell my horns. Do you sell her arms? Could I get some extra arms too?
What?
Oh,
Extra arm?
well,
You should sell my arms. That's a good
You wouldn't
idea.
give me your arm. And the hand told me
Jazaka
I
is-
can't cut my arm off, but maybe I could glue on extra arms.
It's
Jazaka's more of a backstage person as opposed to a performer, but that is an interesting merchandise idea. And let me assure you, those inferior horns were some sort of knockoff. I will be looking into that. Don't worry, merchandise representing all of you will be made available. We've already got some plush booze in development.
Ah.
I
Plush
like-
booze.
I mean,
How
I
shall
enjoy
I
a good,
drink
a good,
that?
Yeah, a good drink every once in a while. Yeah, come on. That's like the good top shelf stuff.
Maybe we should call them plush hamsters just to avoid any confusion. But in any case, as I
get
mentioned, duty calls. I must away. And don't worry, your bout is coming up very soon indeed. And with that, Baeloth steps into a shadow and vanishes.
That was cool.
You see a swirl of shadow in a large booth overlooking the entire arena as Baeloth suddenly materializes far away and speaks, his voice amplified magically somehow, ringing out throughout the entire arena. Yes, folks, it's been a wonderful day here at the Black Pits. Or is it night? Hard to tell in the Underdark. But you've come here for the greatest gladiatorial combat, the most magnificent martial and magical might ever unveiled in the Underdark. But we have a few preliminary bouts to get out of the way. So let's begin with a group of visitors from a far land. They're young, they're inexperienced, but they've got a lot of moxie. Let's see how they fare against one of the realm's most malevolent villains, War Duke! And you see...
Oh, I know that guy.
Down in the arena, a man wearing a blue winged helmet, wielding a sword and a shield with a horned skull upon it, facing off against what looks like 6 teenagers. One is wearing a green wizard's robe and pulls his hat off his head and appears to be trying to cast a spell. It doesn't seem to be going very well. There's a ranger in studded leather who has some sort of enchanted bow. It seems to be firing fiery arrows. The crowd is roaring as the battle goes back and forth. It doesn't seem to be going particularly well for the kids. They do seem to be novices. But
It's a real roller coaster ride. Is that what you're
It's a
saying?
real roller coaster ride, is what I'm telling you.
When I was growing up, I had an action figure of War Duke. It's just a car of my... Yeah, right. It's big fan of that guy. I did, although those kids, they're getting pasted. Wow.
Overhearing you, a local nearby merchant just like, I got your War Duke figures right over here if you want a War Duke figure.
I don't understand. Is he a duke or is he a warden? Like which Which thing is he? Is he both?
Oh,
Like, how
no,
does
he's
that
a
work?
I
duke
thought he was a
of-
duke that does war.
Yeah, he's a
Well-
Duke of War.
I don't know. It
know,
seems very
Duke,
confusing.
Duke
Duke
of
of-
War.
That song,
He's
that's
got a whole song.
a banger. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Briv.
I don't think I can sing any more of that legally, but yeah.
Hey, Rib, a
Oh,
war
hey,
duke
you
is
were
what
the
you're gonna have
performers.
after
Hey.
you're done eating that chicken.
Oh, snap.
I have had many war dukes throughout my days.
Yeah, I think that guy stole your title. Wait, Havilar. Hey,
What?
wait, like last time I saw you, weren't you like kidnapped to another dimension? Because like Farida was like super panicked or whatever. Like I didn't even think to be like, I mean, are you like all right? I mean, 'cause
Yeah,
I was
you
gonna-
went on your
He took
honeymoon.
care
You're
of that.
saving me.
Well, no,
It's
I mean, no,
okay.
I had to go get married, actually. Like, I mean, like, we booked the venue, okay? It's not that I wouldn't have
Oh,
come to get
okay.
you, because, I
That's
mean,
fair.
yeah, I mean,
I
Those
did not
penalties
hear him
are
say the
steep.
first thing about thee during the wedding, so I
I
don't.
wish you
think
would have
I was
invited
on
me. I
this
know we
line.
hadn't met, but I love weddings.
well, I'm just saying what I was thinking is if Farida got stuck too, then we'd come and we'd rescue you both.
the
Like, we do like a
backup.
lot of, like a hero and stuff. But I mean, I'm glad you're all right, though. Hey, hi.
It's fine. I learned some things. I made a new best frenemy, who lets me smite stuff, so that's good. And also, I learned that some people really care about me, even though Baeloth has weird ways of showing it sometimes. And I got to meet Tatyana, so this is basically the best kidnapping ever.
Yeah!
Yeah.
So hold on, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
He is the Duke of War.
Yeah.
So he dukes it out with war? Like that doesn't
Well,
make
you
any
like-
sense.
At
Who
this
is
Like,
war?
merchant-
like he's not quite a Marquess
Like I'm
of
not
War.
called like the headlopper of purple. Like it doesn't.
You
we
could
don't
start calling
call-
you that.
that
I mean,
doesn't
at
make
this
any
I
discussion-
would call you the
it's-
headlopper of purple
I
if you wanted.
still call Avron the Knight of Smiles and Stink because a little girl said that to him years ago. So you can be the headlopper of purple. Trust me, I will spread that far and wide.
I'm very confused.
Don't worry, Headlop.
At this mention of War Duke again, the merchant actually just goes, "Look, you're performers, aren't you?" And actually just presses a War Duke action figure into Freely and
Sure.
Minsc's chest, and then like, could you move it along, fellas? I got
You
a few customers
definitely
to deal
see
with."
tears well up in Freely's eyes as he gets it. He's like, I just like Dusty down here. It's I had this. It's my favorite one. Havilar was my favorite one, and then just sort of keep moving with his
I'm just
War
sort-
Duke figure.
Looking at it, and I'm squeezing his legs, and his arms are doing like little pumping motions. I'm just sort of looking at it every time, like wincing at each one.
See? He is doing the war duke.
That went with the song. Yeah, right. That must have been
Uh,
everywhere. If you grew up with that too, Briv. Yeah.
Briv and Tatyana, could you give me perception checks, please?
With pleasure.
With advantage if it's about chicken wings.
It is food related. It is food related. So
That's
I'm
a
actually
dirty
going to give
20.
both of you
17.
advantage.
About to say,
Oh,
we
advantage?
got experts here. Yeah.
Mhm.
Dirty
Even
20.
lower. Okay.
So you had a 17 and a 20. I think both of you actually smell a delicious aroma. It's not savory. It is, in fact, sweet. And you can hear someone yelling, "Cupid cakes! Who will buy my cupid cakes?"
Hello, good vendor.
Ah, good lady. Good to see you. And you, sir.
I shall not buy thine cupid cakes, because I am a performer, and thou shalt give them to me for free, but I shall eat thine cupid cakes.
Oh, you're in the main bout, aren't you?
I.
Oh, Briv
What does
Steelmarrow?
bout
Can
mean?
it... Oh, fight.
Oh, huzzah! I.
Huzzah! Well said, huzzah! And the least I can do is offer a sample to two heroes. And he holds out two of these, as he calls them, cupid cakes.
Hold on, with this cupid cake, is there anything made of flesh inside of this cupid cake?
Flesh? Oh, that sounds rather unsavory.
That's enough for me. I stuff it in my mouth. One
Please
bite.
let there be a toe in it. Please let there be a toe
No
in it. Please
toes.
let there be a toe in
No
it.
toes.
Muffins!
There does not appear to be a toe.
Briv
There does not
eats as well.
appear to be a toe. However, I will ask both of you to make con rolls.
A saving throw, con save.
Con save, yes.
Tatyana, if you're within, let's see.
I
10
got
feet of me,
27.
plus 4 to that. So,
31.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
Oh, great. So
so
31.
that
31.
is
What about Briv?
a 28.
And a 28. All right. Both of you feel something of a sugar rush from these cupid cakes. I'll just let both of you know that you have advantage on the next D20 roll
Ooh.
of your choice.
Nice.
You can bank that.
This is the best cupcake cake. Hey, everyone, listen. Come eat these cupcake cakes. This will make you stronger. This will make you mighty. I wink at the salesperson.
Oh.
I imagine a crowd forms a
There are two-
line.
Briv is going to, without asking, try to grab like 2 more with his big hand and stuff them into his loincloth.
With surprising swiftness, and not in an aggressive way, the merchant sort of reaches out and goes, "Oh, sir, you probably don't want to consume more than one of those in a day. There can be...
I normally
First
do
one
not
is
do
free.
well.
I know how your type works.
I don't do well with people telling me what to do, but for some reason thou dost seem very trustworthy.
Indeed.
Very well, here
I
are
am but a
these
humble
back.
merchant.
And then I'm just going to slap them back down. Like, if I got
They're basically just like balls of cake right now. So, yes, of course. He sweeps them off.
Briv,
off of
I
the counter.
like this about you, this not listening to others, only to yourself. I, Tatyana, am this way too. Where do you come from?
I don't actually know. I cannot remember most of the rest of the early days of my life, but I am most recently from somewhere near Waterdeep, and then I was in 10 towns, and then I went to other worlds that I don't even know what their names are, and most recently I went to Theros, and people worshiped me there.
Oh, I've been there. You know what I like about you? You make me feel really smart.
I believe that is a compliment. I have no reason to believe it is not, and so therefore I shall say thank thee.
Push-up contest?
At this, you hear a huge roar from the crowd, and as you glance around, you see that all 6 of those teenagers are lying sprawled in various states of injury across the sand of the arena, as the man in the winged helmet, which has been identified to you as Warduke, raises his arms in the crowd.
That's what you get for having your show
Oh!
canceled.
What? Yeah.
Warduke, don't play.
Wait, do we get to fight Warduke now? Is that how this works?
I can't fight Warduke. No, I can't fight Warduke. No.
We
You
shall
can totally
obliterate
fight
the
Warduke.
I mean,
You
I
can have
mean,
a sword out of your arm. You can totally take that.
I mean, it's Warduke. I can't.
Maybe it's not a literal title. Maybe he holds up his fist like his dukes. So he's the War
Put up thine
Dukes.
dukes.
Maybe if you beat him, you become the Warduke.
I think I'm still with the
and-
chicken thing.
Oh, as soon as
And
you
as
say
all of
that,
you-
my eyes just sort of boink, and I go,
Yeah.
what did you say?
You could be the Warduke if you beat that guy, I think.
Hold on, that's like a title?
Maybe?
You can take the
Yeah, I like
title?
this idea. Let's say yes.
And
Warduke,
as
Tatyana.
all of you are having this discussion, there is again the amplified voice of Baeloth Baratil rings out, "Victory at last! Let's hear it for Warduke! Behold another exciting exhibition of the combat arts in the Black Pits. And if you found these undercard bouts exciting, be assured that the main event is nearly upon us. The charity match to end them all is set to begin. So don't forget to check out the wide range of merchandise available in our stalls and kiosks. Coinage of all realms and dimensions readily accepted at competitive exchange rates."
You know, they got the.
And you see Warduke holds his arms up. There is a teleport flash as he disappears. You see various attendants run in and start dragging the bodies of these kids away. They're being loaded onto stretchers, and it looks like
I
they're
mean,
being
those
given
kids are going to be all right, right?
Just stuff
They
some
will
good
never
berries in
see
their mouth. They'll
home
be
again.
fine.
Yeah.
Some
Hey,
of
they
these
got-
crumpet cakes or whatever, they shall be fine.
They got a lot of these like neat little like chance cubes that are carved with like a cute little beholder on them. Like that's cool. Like that's it's but
That's so
and they,
cute.
yeah, and they're like, hey, wow, wait, they look like iris. That's what that is. They're iris. Their little iris is. Yeah.
How is Iris?
Suddenly, as the two of you, or all of you, are discussing your old friend Iris, the Beholder, there is a red pulse of light coming from the floor of the arena as a portal opens on the arena floor. A field of crackling energy unfolds to reveal some sort of shrine carved of black stone, crossing to the arena space as if from another dimension. This glyph-scribed sides of the shrine begin to shiver and shimmy. You don't see Baeloth. He actually appears to have taken his leave from his observation booth. And you can hear people in the crowd start to just like, is this part of the show? Is this what's going on? What? As suddenly waves of undead begin to disgorge from this shrine. Does anyone understand abyssal?
I understand not dead, but no.
Very well. You hear screams. You're not quite sure what they are saying, but you also realize that some of these undead are screaming in common.
Vengeance for the Prince of Undead! Retrieve the wand of the Master! Baeloth must die!
Oh, did Baeloth not give back the wand of Orcus?
That's not really his style, giving things back. No.
Oh, that's fair.
I respect it.
At the same time, you notice that a shimmering field of energy is suddenly visible around the arena, separating it from the stands, and it begins to flicker. As these undead begin to coalesce, the skeletons joining together to form bony ladders, as the ghasts, which are also present, begin scrambling up. You also see specters floating and again making their way into the stands as this shrine at the middle of the arena begins to pulse further.
Is this part of the show, or should we do something about this?
No, you
It's
guys
really
don't,
hard to tell.
don't worry. I got this. I'm gonna turn undead, and then nothing happens. Why can't I? No,
I was going to ask if you were within 60 feet.
Didst thou stretch first?
I mean, this worked last time. I don't. Oh, all right. Might have to do it the low tech way.
It happens to many.
Could I get perception rolls from all of you?
Sure.
22.
That's a big old
17.
8.
Dirty 20.
15.
Anyone who got above an 18 immediately sees the Merilith that you were introduced earlier, Jazaka, and a couple of iron golems are immediately working their way down through the stairs. They look to be attacking the undead and trying to stop them from breaching the lip of the arena.
I don't
And you
think it's part of
also
the show.
see- Yes, that is a safe assumption to make. You see various other people in the crowd begin casting spells, and the barrier around the arena flickers out entirely.
Wait.
I'm just going to start booting it as soon as that field goes down.
No, this is like that kind of immersive theater. No, hold on, watch this. And I'm gonna use my staff of the Magi and Fireball, just center mass. I'm like, no, watch, hang on, this is all part of the show. And I do very much cast Fireball.
You just cast it down into the arena towards the. Very well.
Yep.
What is the DC for being cast from the staff?
19.
Woof.
That is a 19. Okay.
My boomstick.
You see an explosion of bone splinters and ash. You consume a fair number of these skeletons. And you also catch, because I'm assuming you're going to do more than 13 points of damage.
Yeah.
But roll your damage,
it's
please.
coming in. It's hopefully I'm going to do more than I'm seeing a lot of 1s and 2s on these dice. Let's see here. 38. 38.
Maybe not. Okay, yes. Boom! These skeletons just evaporate. You also catch a fair number of the ghasts, but more are pouring forth from this shrine.
Oh,
Okay, so as the fireball was streaking overhead, Minsc is just running down the stands, sword out, and just starting to
Very
bellow.
well. I think this is a good time for everyone to roll initiative.
hey. I'm like, it's all part of the show. Oh no, that's not part of the show. Okay.
All right. Please, let's go around the horn. Everyone tell me your initiative.
22.
Freely. Great. Briv.
18.
13.
Havilar. Tatyana.
5.
Oh,
Minsc.
8.
And Widdle.
17.
17. All right. To the surprise of no one, Freely, you're going to be going first.
So again, we're up in the stands and things are pouring out of the literally out of the shrine or out of the ground.
Out of the shrine.
Roughly,
You also noted that your fireball, while it did encompass the shrine, does not seem to have damaged it in any way.
roughly how far away is the shrine?
You're about 50 feet up in the stands. Once you cross that 50 feet, there is a 50-foot drop to the arena below.
Just all this is happening and I see all my friends getting ready and everything, I just turn and say, I've missed you guys. Let's see if I can knock some sense into that thing. And 4 Eldritch Blasts come out of my eyes, alternating red and green beams. Start shooting at the shrine to see if I can damage it.
At the shrine.
Let's see, 4 the lowest was 15. That's a 15, an 18, a 25, and a 29.
Okay. All of them make contact. You see that some of them actually... roll your damage, please. This is force damage, yes?
Yeah. Force damage is 4 Eldritch Blasts with Agonizing Blast, if that's in any way relevant. That's 12, 25.
That Agonizing Blast will increase...
Sorry.
Just a clarification, Agonizing Blast will increase your force damage,
45 total points between all 4 beams.
Very rare.
Does it seem like it damages it?
Yeah, and you didn't roll anything lower
15
than 15
was the
did you?
lowest. Yeah.
Yeah, so all of them hit, and you do see it does appear to be a little more efficacious than fire.
I call that out. I'm like, you guys, it didn't burn, but the Eldritch Blast worked. And I start actually moving in there. I realize there's oncoming undead hordes. Freely doesn't care. So I was just sort of like, bang, 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 bang. All right. And yeah, and that's it for me. No meaningful bonus action right now.
Well. Okie doke. And next up is
about
Briv.
how far down and out is the shrine?
Basically, so you're going to want to go down 50 feet of stairs, then there's a 50-foot drop to the arena, and then in the middle of the arena where the shrine is, that's probably another 100 feet.
Okay, so long way. Are any of the how close is the closest undead to Briv?
They are they're still contained within the arena
Okay.
right now. So even the ones that are like clambering to the top are
All right.
50
So then you just hear Briv kind of mutter under his breath, "Time to skip this level." And you see little springs emerge from his heels, and he just takes off running very at a brisk pace. And I'm going to use the dash action in addition to movement and just go as far as I can. So I should be able to get to the drop off of the arena. And if it's okay, Briv is going to just keep running down and then try to land in the middle. He understands it's 50 feet down.
Very well. So you will be taking fall damage then.
Fine.
Very well. You leap from the lip of the arena, and you take a total of 13 points of falling damage. Which
But
you
very
can't take, I'm
importantly,
assuming.
am I able to look cool doing it?
Yeah.
Give me a
Excellent.
performance check.
I was hoping you would say that.
I'll say performance or
let's go
athletics, whichever you
athletics,
prefer.
because I have a 15 modifier in that, so that's going to be a 30.
That looks cool. You do the superhero landing and everything. You land a boom with a huge resounding thud. You actually hear, even though there's like screams going up in the audience, they stop briefly and there's that ooh.
You still
And then
got
the
it,
screams continue
Briv.
again.
Come get some. And I just motion for the undead.
Now you used dash
Yes.
to get down there, right? Okay, great. So we go next to Widdle. What would you like to do?
So all of the undead are at the other side of the lip of the arena, and that's where Briv just went.
Essentially, yes. You're 50 feet away from the lip of the arena. Then it's a 50-foot drop, and then the arena is quite large, so it's about 100 feet to the center.
Okay. I'm gonna follow suit. Using my boots of speed, I'm gonna click my heels, which will double my speed. So that's gonna be 90 feet. Right off the lip. Whatever damage I take from that. Once I'm within 20 feet of the undead, I'm going to use Flame Stride, which will give me another 20 feet. So that's 110 at 6th level. So I'm being really careful not to get within 5 feet of Briv or any of the audience.
Audience is all up in
Okay,
the
good.
stands. So, and they're very, very wide stairs. So I assume you don't activate that until you're actually down.
Yeah,
in the
once I'm
arena.
down next to the undead, I'm just gonna like run in a 20-foot circumference around the undead.
Right. So first of all, your falling damage. Oh, that's actually not bad. A lot of ones. So that is only 8 points of
Not
falling
bad.
damage.
So then I'm gonna roll my
Are you attempting to look really cool while you do it?
super cool, just super fast off the lip with those boots of speed, and then super fast hero landing.
Great.
Except I probably hurt my knees a little bit because I'm pretty old when I land.
So I'll say performance, athletics, or even acrobatics if you like.
Ooh, I'll do athletics. That's gonna be a 24.
Yes, also cool. Maybe not quite as cool as Briv, but you know, there's still
I'm okay.
There's still.
I mean,
some
who
flaws
is
when you-
who is as cool as Briv? I mean, like objectively.
I was just trying to look as cool as Briv.
Impressive.
And you're
with those
actually you're like,
knees.
you know, if he hadn't gone first, that would have been like really cool. But it's like, how do you follow that?
You can't follow that. So my
And,
damage
so- Yes.
is 5d6. So that's going to be 19 points of damage to any undead within 5 feet.
And what are you targeting? You can see there are ghasts and there are skeletons on the ground, so those are the ones you can get to.
Those anything that I'm within 5 feet of.
Okay.
So
let me
wherever most of them are is where
I'll
I'm
give
just
you a
gonna
chance
run
to-
around in a circle.
The dice say that skeletons are the most readily available targets, which is good
Okay.
because your damage is sufficient to just destroy them. This is a crematorium, reducing even the bones to nothing. You actually managed to get, at least 9 of them have been consumed by this.
It's more sustainable if you don't bury them.
That was Widdle. Let's go to Havilar. Havilar, what would you?
Havilar
like
would
to do?
also like to make a beeline for the edge and go off. She does have winged boots, so if she could
So
use
no
those to
falling damage
fall
for
a little
you.
more gracefully. But I think that at the distance, that's my whole turn, right? Is the move and the dash and the fall. That's not a fall.
Yeah, so you're going to do a dash. What is your
30
move?
feet.
30 feet. Okay, so you could go 60. So you basically get all the way down, and then you sort of hover 10 feet down into the
Yeah,
area.
while going like go down faster, go.
Very well. That's all of your action. That was Havilar. Now they're going to get to do something. Briv, you landed in the arena, and you did your cool move and everything. As
And I taunted.
another... And you taunted, yes. As you land, you do notice that there is the big booming land that you did. There's almost a sympathetic pulse from the shrine as it sends out a wave of energy. No further undead seem to be disgorged from it, but the sands next to you start to shift as a massive skeletal form pulls itself up out of the sand of the arena. You can see as it continues to pull itself forth, it stands about 15 feet tall, and atop this skeletal form are two skulls. It wields a massive, decrepit Morningstar and axe as it lashes out at you.
You guys, I have a problem. How's our show supposed to follow this, though? Like, I mean, what?
Does a
I think this is the show.
A 22 would, but I am going to use a reaction to do Glorious Defense. That's going to make my armor class a 26.
Excellent. And what form does this added defense
So
take?
you see metal shoot out of the pores of Briv's body, and it's already forming armor as this is happening. But then as the attack comes down, he sidesteps just a little bit, but then the metal just kind of glances the Morningstar down into the ground. And with that, I also, as part of that reaction, can make an attack on the creature.
Okay. It does have a multi-attack, but I'll because of this attack in particular, I'll let you do your attack right now.
So that is going to be, that'll be a 24 hit. Okay.
24 certainly does.
That is going
How
to
much
do 13 points of slashing damage with the greatsword.
That is slashing. Okay. Great. And this is a magical weapon, I assume? Yes, I thought so. I think you all have magical weapons at this stage in your career.
We are the magical weapons at this stage of our careers.
True enough. True enough. So that was its battle axe attack, I believe. Yes. It's Morningstar. It's got to hit a. Do you still have your 26?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's
22 now.
22. Then it does connect.
All right.
And it will do 15 points of piercing damage, followed by 11 points of necrotic damage. As this thing seems to be surrounded by necrotic energy, even its weapons seem to have an aura around them, being sent by the Lord of Undeath themselves. Right?
Man, that Orcus guy's a sore loser.
Another section of the arena floor erupts as another skeletal form flies upwards into the air, somehow borne aloft on wings that have no membranes between them. You assume it's magic. You can see that this form actually has 3 heads: the skull of a ram, a dragon, and a lion. And freely, as it flies towards you.
No, well, then let's do it.
Okay, could I please get a dexterity saving throw?
All right. That is going to be a 21.
21, you make the save. So rather than taking 33 points of damage, you will take 16 points of damage. As rather than fire pouring forth from this skeletal dragon skull, again, a wave of necrotic energy that flows over you. You manage to dodge the most of it, but you do take 16 points of necrotic.
Ow!
And finally, another form erupts, again on skeletal wings. This one has a human-like skull on the skeletal body of a lion, again, huge skeletal bat wings, and a tail which arcs over its back. and fires. Widdle, you're currently in midair, aren't you?
She's running. It's Havilar
is.
that's flying.
Oh, no, I'm
That's
sorry. Havilar is
Yeah.
in midair. Havilar's in midair. Havilar, you make an attractive target for this thing.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, she's objectively beautiful.
Does a dirty 20 hit you?
Yeah.
Very well. You will take 8 points of piercing damage and 7 points of necrotic damage. Again, this spike seems to be surrounded by an aura which dissipates as it hits you, but it does damage you.
When it hits me, I'm going to use the Hellish Rebuke.
Very well.
Which will...
What's the DC?
Sorry. It's a dexterity saving throw. Sorry. It's in the wrong spot. 16. Looks like. Yeah.
16?
Darn it.
It makes it.
Oh, it does a half. You're
So
right.
that's a half damage from the hellish. Yeah.
6 damage. Just 6.
Just 6 damage?
Yep.
And that is fire damage. Very well. Okay. And
Still something.
Widdle, you are currently on the ground. You've just incinerated a bunch of these skeletons. But you can see at least 5 ghasts tear off from the pack that was trying to clamber up the walls and begin to run towards you. And they attack as a unit. And I think they all fail miserably. That's not good. Unless you have single-digit AC. All right, so they swarm all over you, attempting to attack you, and they're not good at their job.
I haven't lost my touch.
Coordination, please.
Yeah, I mean, you get what you pay for, buddy.
Meanwhile, while this is all going on, you do see there are various spellcasters, some of them wearing the Black Pit's insignia on their robes, who are firing magic missiles. You see Jazaka, the Merilith, she's just tearing into the undead that are starting to make their way up on her far side of the arena. The iron golems are also making very short work of these things, but the shrine at the center continues to pulse. And I believe it is now over to Minsc.
It is. So of those 3 skeletal monstrosities, which one is the closest to Minsc as he's booting it?
Well, one of them, the Chimera, which is what it is, flew up out of the arena, so it's probably actually only about 20 feet off the ground. You'll get to it before you get to the lip of the arena because it flew out to attack freely. You've got the Manticore, which is still in the arena, but it's hovering near where Havilar was. And the Etten is on the floor of the arena against Briv. And then there are various other things that are... you do see some specters, but they're a little far off. They're sort of floating up out of the arena. They seem to be being dealt with magic missiles.
I don't respect them. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go for this Chimera. I'm going to just dash at this thing and take a big flying leap. I'm pulling out... He's got a Vorpal Greatsword known as Lillicor, which is from Baldur's Gate 2.
I am aware, and in fact, one of my friends provided the voice for Lillicor.
It's a beauty, and quite a
It is a beauty, and I'll point out that
thing.
this thing has 3 heads, so there's all kinds of Vorpal chopping.
Fingers crossed and heads to fall.
Tatyana, you're gonna love this. I mean, there was this time with these dragons, and Minsc was like,
so I'm gonna take a big flame and leap on this thing.
Yeah, so this thing is only above, it's come up about 20 feet up out of the arena, but you're actually up on the stairs. So as you rush down the stairs, you can jump and reach it. Yes.
Is a 19 a hit?
A 19 is certainly a hit.
So I will give it a big blast of an attack here. The damage is 14. All right. And
14? That is slashing damage, I assume.
Yes. All right. And I'm basically, when I bring it down, I'm also going to try and just hang off of it after I've hit. So I'm basically holding on to it while I'm swinging this sword. Just, I don't care if it's flying. I don't care what it's doing. I'm not going to let go of it.
Sure, give me, again, let's say
Sure.
athletics to see if you can grab onto it somehow. You're not grappling it per se, but you're just
26.
making sure to hang on. 26,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, you just grab one of the, into the rib cage. You got a good hold on one of the rib bones.
You got it. All right.
And maybe, with that, I think you even managed to get a hold of the spine, so there's less chance of a rib just snapping off.
Beautiful.
And just one attack?
I've got 2. Yeah. So I'm going to unleash another one on it. That's a dirty 20.
Great.
So, and the damage.
I'm sorry,
there-
you do need a nat 20 for that vorpal.
I know. But I did do 20 damage on that one. So,
Okay, a palpable hit. Again, this thing hisses. You're not sure how it's pulling it off without having vocal cords or a throat, but it is making a sound.
yes.
And that has been any further actions from you, Minsc?
No, just holding
bonus
on
or
and
anything?
cursing it.
Yeah, you can hear Boo also making squeaks, which you assume are like filthy curses being directed. at this thing's
Technically,
throat.
Boo's telepathic, so
And-
he could be saying all manner of filth.
all
Like,
manners
just,
of awfulness.
that's you bleeped that out, buddy. Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if a chimera skeleton actually has a consciousness to reach, but yeah, let's see. Now then, Tatyana, we reach you at number 5.
Tatyana didn't realize this fight was happening because she's still in her push-up contest. 259, 207. Oh, we're fighting now? And she looks up.
Oh yes, who were you engaged in the push-up contest with?
I offered it to Briv, I think, but really it doesn't matter.
You
It's
didn't notice he
humans.
left. Yeah, you were still
Yeah.
you were very focused.
I'll always focus.
That's why. That's hence the low initiative.
One thing at a time. And when she looks up, she thinks, no, I can do this. And she closes her eyes, and Combat Wild shapes into an air elemental. You see a swirling funnel of cloud that barely even has a face anymore, but somehow is still wearing a blue sweatband. And as it hovers above the stairs of the stadium, she goes down into the arena, 90 feet flying. And so I think I get the 50 down the stairs and then 40 towards the shrine. And this swirling funnel.
No falling damage, of course, because you're
awesome. This swirling funnel of air uses whirlwind, and each creature in this space needs a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Very well. Let's do no problem for the Etten. Great. The Chimera is actually, it's out of the arena, so it's not actually in range, but the Manticore made it as well. Skeleton's not so lucky. You sweep up. I'm rolling for them as a group. Yeah, you get most of the skeletons that are in your half of the arena, and as well as a number of the ghasts.
Okay, let's
The
see.
specters are floating freely, though you do see that they are, well, not floating freely. They're floating unimpeded. But
Yeah, because I'm very
you do
much
see that-
rooted.
you do see that a lot of the spellcasters on the side seem to be targeting the specters since they're the ones out, so they seem to be dealt with. What kind of damage are you going to do to them with this whirlwind?
It's going to be 17 bludgeoning, and they are flung 20 feet away from the elemental in a random direction and knocked prone.
Okay, well, the skeletons don't have to worry about being knocked prone because they are destroyed by this.
Ooh.
They're utterly destroyed. You have
I mean,
wiped
that's
out
a form
lot
of
of them.
Take that, you skelly boys! That's what it sounds like when wind is speaking.
The ghasts are not destroyed by this, but you can see like they smash against the wall. Some of their limbs are hanging at odd angles, but their tongues are still lashing. They don't seem bothered by their injuries.
Oh, great. Well, then they take another 1d6 bludgeoning if they were smashed against a wall.
Oh, yes.
If they
Yes,
strike
why
an
not?
object such as wall or floor.
You bet.
So let me roll
Not
that
all of
6.
Not all of them hit the wall. The ones that were close to it did, though. And
I only rolled
couple
a
of them
2, though.
Oh, just okay. So again, yeah, they are clearly damaged, but they're ghasts. They don't seem to be minding themselves properly. They're still trying to play with a broken limb, is what I'm saying. So that is, I believe, all.
Oh, I'm sorry. If the saving throw is successful, take half bludgeoning damage, and not flung away or prone. So that's going to be 8.
8. Okay. They seem more bothered than they were.
So are they still in the whirlwind if they weren't flung away?
No, I think they get flung by the whirlwind, and whether they landed smashing into a wall or they're just on the ground.
Oh man, so I got 8 on the Etten and the Chimera too. Oh, not the Chimera, they're far away. Just kidding.
Yeah, not the Chimera.
That was sweet.
Right.
That was super cool, Tatyana.
Yeah, Havilar, I'm glad. I get why
Right?
you want to be
She's
friends with her.
amazing!
Yeah, no, that was like objectively incredible. Yes.
Wait until you see her tattoo, I'm just saying.
Wow. I mean, how do you tattoo an urchin? Oh, she's not all okay. No, I get okay. All right, I got it.
And we are back at the top of the round with Freely.
So now that I'm like for the I know you wrote it backwards, but it flips on our screen, so it's written backwards. Like, yeah.
Oh God. Can we edit this?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
Do you want?
I'm thinking that Freely might be, if he's continuing with his course of action, he may be ending this very soon.
Well, I was gonna say for the sake of the edit, I can make it sound like I'm gonna do something dramatic, and you interrupt me for a break, or we can just push through, whichever you want to do.
If you do what I think you're gonna do, we should be able to wrap up this thing in a couple of minutes.
Is what you think I'm gonna do? Fireball them again?
I was thinking you were going to employ the similar tactic which you had employed last round to great effect.
Dig it. Okay, I'm going to now. All right, ready? All right. So there goes something easy for the edit.
Okay, we are back at the top of the round with Freely.
Well, okay. Quick question. Does it look like there's anywhere in particular all of these undead are trying to get to? Like, I mean, is there like a specific target or something they're after?
They all appear to be just spreading out from the altar and the shrine and trying to get up and do as much damage as they possibly can.
So I see this like horrific thing that like flew up and came after me, and I see all my friends engage, and I'm like, came right for me. That means you didn't like it when I did this, and I send 4 beams downrange at the shrine again. It so happens one of which was a natural 20 this time. I learned that move from yeah.
That will be double damage to you, sir.
I learned that move from Minsc. The lowest this time was a 25 to hit. So
they all hit. They all hit. And one will do double damage.
I have a not insignificant +2 attack with Eldritch Blast. All right, so let me just do this real quick. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Dice are incoming. Very dramatic pause for D&D Beyond.
Drum roll.
It's the worst thing when you watch it like sliding and it's on the 10 and then it's like 2. 46 points of total damage.
46. As these eldritch blasts slam into the shrine, you see the cracks widen across it. It begins to shake and destabilize as suddenly all of the remaining undead are pulled back into it. They almost dissolve into mist and get sucked into this vortex.
I give
as a pulse of magical power.
Ancestral halfling gesture while this is happening. Right.
A pulse of magical power erupts around the decaying shrine, revealing a figure that some of you might be familiar with. The hulking figure of Orcus, Lord of Undeath. Though it's ephemeral, almost ethereal. Panicked cries arise from the stand, but in another flash of teleportation, Baeloth appears, calling out in his enhanced, amplified voice, "Not to worry, not to worry. This is only the image of our friendly demon lord. The wards that protect the black pits keep us safe from this rabble, though apparently not his rabble. The image of Orcus snarls in response, slamming the ground in fury, but passing through it because he's insubstantial.
The more you vex me, mortal, the more gruesome your end will be. Return what is...
Yeah, I'm sorry, can't stop to chat. As Baeloth from his cloak pulls a heavy wand, which seems to be made from a human spine, topped with a skull that glows with eldritch energy. Waves it over his head as you see other spellcasters begin casting. They're using material and somatic components. And with a blip, the image of Orcus and the shrine are gone. Baeloth turns to all of you, looks at the crowd, and says, "Lieges, lords, and ladies, were you not promised spectacle beyond compare at the Black Pits this day? And have these heroes not delivered?"
I'm entertained.
And with the roar of the crowd in your ears, I think this is a good place for all of us to take a brief break. And we are back from our break. For those who are just joining us, there was a massive undead incursion into the Black Pits, which has been successfully repelled by our heroes. You stand in the center of the arena with Baeloth. Minsc, you, of course, were clinging on to that chimera skeleton when it turned to mist and was sucked back. Give me a dex save.
Oh, good. My favorite. I'm nice and low on that one. A 7. A whopping 7.
Ooh, I'm afraid you will take a little bit of falling damage. You actually managed to cling to it while it was still material, so you didn't fall quite as far, but you will take 9 points of falling damage.
Just take a header into the stands, sort of step up and go, "Is it dead? We killed everything, right?"
Well,
actually, you were drawn with it into the arena, and then it turned to mist, down. And you landed. So you're on the sands of the arena with everyone else.
I mean, if we're being technical, they were dead to begin with, but we won, yes.
It's like, my apologies, my friends, Baeloth says, turning to all of you. The arcane wards protecting the Black Pits made it impossible for Orcus himself to make a personal appearance, except in ephemeral form. However, it seems that the planar magic that allows my underlings to import rare and powerful monsters from distant worlds for the entertainment of the masses had some side of security flaw. I'll probably need to take a look at that. But in the meantime, I know this
I'm just saying.
I mean, it is literally the wand of Orcus.
What?
I mean, he's got a pretty clear title.
No.
I appreciate the defiance, but he's probably going to want that back.
This is the wand of Baeloth now, don't you understand? Gifted to me by the Raven Queen personally, then later stolen for me, or restolen, by the goddess Mask, and what she tends to steal...
Possession is mine... tense.
Position
I
before
think.
submission. You told me that all the time.
The law?
Right.
So really, Orcus needs to take it up with the Raven Queen, not you.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, he tried to take it up with the Raven Queen. That
Like
Burrito
a lot,
told me.
a lot.
Yeah, like a lot. Burrito told me all about it, man.
Oh, good times, good times. Oh, well, where is my head? I know this bout wasn't on the card, but let's just call that an appetizer, shall we? As we get ready to begin.
Wait,
yes,
now
folks.
we're beginning now. Okay,
Better because I get to hit anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got
Baeloth is already,
necrotified.
he's turned away from you, and he's just addressing the crowd with, he seems to be using some form of prestidigitation because his cloak is billowing very dramatically as he raises the wand of Orcus. Yes, folks, that was just a taste of what these heroes are capable of. You are gathered here to witness what might well be the greatest confrontation in the history of the Black Pits. These heroes from the mortal realm, these avatars of action, these masters of mayhem will fight for glory, for fame, and for charity. Yes, each of them has agreed to appear here in return for monetary compensation to the worthy cause of their choice. Please, let's hear who they're fighting for. Freely, what is your charity?
Well, objectively, I'm fighting for my friends. I'm fighting for right and wrong. But I mean, today.
No, your specific charity.
Oh, no, today. Okay. The Sword Coast Fluffy Boy Rescue Fund. Yeah.
From the crowd, you can see there are clearly supporters of Fluffy Boys in the crowd. Is it freely fighting for the Fluffy Boys?
I want that
Widdle,
on my tombstone.
What is your charity, Widdle?
My charity is called the Barovian Blood Drive.
The Barovian Blood Drive. Certainly, I'm sure, a cause worthy for all Barovians. Keeps them off their necks, if you know what I'm saying. And Tatyana, who will you be fighting for?
Of course, I will be fighting for the Jinn Aristjanazis without borders, or bringing feast to Fae throughout the mists.
I love alliteration and a pun. Oh, you don't get any better than a pun. The highest form of humor, in my opinion. Havilar, who will you be fighting for?
I am fighting for glaives for orphans, because glaives are the best weapons, and people should look out for orphans. And when Baeloth asked me, this sounded like a real good idea. So if I win, I will give orphans glaives.
I'm not actually familiar with that organization. Is that a registered charity?
Depends. Where do I register it?
Did you just make that up? Never mind! Glaives for orphans! Briv, Steel Marrow, who will you be fighting for?
I would like to change my pledge to glaives for orphans, but if I am not able to do thus, I am representing the Akros Griffin Rescue.
Very well. I don't mind if you give it to Havilar's made-up charity. It's really
I'm sure the Griffins are fine.
It's a little bit loaded because I'm pretty sure all of us are literally orphans. So do we get glaives? Because I'm not.
Oh, I would take a glaive.
That's why they need so much gold.
Glaives are fine, but swords are the real hero weapon. Swords for everyone.
Well, no, Havilar's
Swords
really
are like
a hero.
what they give you when you first start doing weapons.
That's why we're giving them to orphans. This all makes sense.
That's fair. Maybe we should give them both.
We're trying to get to the match here. We're trying to get to all of this, by the way, is all amplified. So like you can see the crowd sort of looking back and forth. Like, Minsc, who will your charity be? Who do you and Boo fight for?
The rampaging Rashomon of the realms. And also, hold on. And then I lean over and the hamster's talking to my ear. Also, Space Hamsters Unlimited.
Worthy causes, one and all. Let's hear it for our heroes!
Freely is literally using thaumaturgy and doing the thing, but very loud.
Yeah, you're doing it as loud as you can, but even your thaumaturgy is drowned out by the roar of this crowd. Yes, we have come together on this grand occasion to support worthwhile causes. And I will reiterate, they will receive 100% of today's gate proceeds, minus some small amount of modest handling fees and minor service licensing and processing charges. But in any case, I think we're ready to begin. A glowing disc descends into the ring. Baeloth steps upon it and is carried up to his observation booth as he continues to introduce the next bout that all of you are currently about to fight. You hear the roar of the crowd, and it shifts to subdued oohs and ahs as the arena begins to shift and transform around you. Cracked and rough-edged stone columns rise from the ground amid clouds of dust, creating a chaotic jumble of squared-off stalagmites that obscure your view. So many adventurers dream of showing their prowess in the Black Pits. But will those dreams turn to nightmares this day? Yes! Please, gentle beings, give a warm welcome to my nightmare beast. And with another teleport flash, a huge quadruped monstrosity of gargantuan size, standing 20 feet tall at the shoulder, set with deadly tusks and possessed of what seems to be potent magical power which glows from its saucer-like eyes. Yes, question, freely.
All of this is going. I'm like, Baeloth, can I have just 1 minute? Just something I got to do. Could I just real quick? Is that all right?
Freely, what can I do for you, my friend?
I gotta do something before we get down there. Hang on. And he grabs the staff of the Magi and slams it on the ground and says, I'm gonna bring a friend of mine, Rocky, and summons an earth elemental.
Nice.
Yeah, and hops up on its back, just like full Captain Morgan style. Like,
what's your casting time? Is just an action on that.
It's
right?
literally a minute. That's why he's like, can I have a minute? If he can't have it, it's okay.
Baeloth just, he just keeps talking. He's just like, he sort of nods at you. And so you can start casting this if you want, but you'll be doing it for most of the battle. As mentioned, this huge gargantuan monstrosity, it's a strange mottled purple skin and glowing eyes. You can also see that accompanying this are 3 figures standing about 12 feet tall, wearing metal helms. Perched on their shoulders are what appears to be halflings wielding bows. As they scream and point at you, you can see, I'm not even going to make you make a perception check for this. You see that the halflings, their teeth seem to be filed down to points. Yes, our first round of opponents come to us from a distant world beneath a dark sun. A dismal place, but oh, the monsters. Have at thee, heroes! And I will get everyone to roll their initiative.
Oh, man, my elemental wasn't ready yet.
Next time, Freely.
Hang it!
Rolling so bad on my initiative.
Oh, man. That's an 8
I
for
rolled
Will.
a 1, so I have a 3.
30-20.
So
This is
Welcome to Free
unbelievable.
Club.
23.
Tatyana, 20?
Yeah.
23 for Freely.
Briv?
17.
17. Minsc. 3. Yeah, Minsc was still picking himself up off the ground. let's
You're
face
not
it.
going last. You're going first in the next round.
That's good.
Widdle, what was your initiative?
8.
8. Very well. Okay. As per usual, Freely, what would you like to do?
So, to be clear here, they're in the arena. Are we in the arena, or am I still in the stands and they just appeared in the arena?
Oh no, you're all down in the arena. Basically, when Baeloth collected you, you're all together in the arena and facing this beast.
There's the beast and 3 other like sharp tooth halflings are in the arena also. So like
there is the beast. There are 3 gigantic forms. They're about the size of hill giants, but they're much leaner, and their bodies are covered in tattoos, strange symbols and iconography that you're not familiar with at all. They're wearing metal helms with sort of, slits in them to see out of, and perched atop them are these halflings with bows, and as mentioned, these pointy filed teeth.
I just look up at the halflings and I say in halfling, "Oh yeah, whoa, okay, the teeth thing. All right, maybe you guys don't have dentistry where you are. Hey, respect to you guys. I don't want to hurt you, so let's just do it like this." And I'm gonna cast a web up towards the where the halflings are. To capture as many of them as I can in it to restrain them.
These guys are actually spread out, so you could catch the giant, or what you assume is a giant, and the halfling. You basically have to target one, but you would get both the halfling and the giant it's right.
Yeah, okay. Well, either one is fine, and the save on the web is going to be. I apologize. Dex 19.
No worries. Dex 19 save. I don't think they're going to make... Nope. One of these... Oh, interesting. Okay, so you do actually manage to catch this giant in this web. This will be a strength check for it to escape.
Yeah, it is restrained. It can use its action to make a strength check against that save DC to get loose. Otherwise, it will be restrained.
Great, but it'll be very well. It will be tied up. But the halfling that was mounted on this thing's shoulders nimbly dodges, sort of scampers down the side of the giant as this web goes off and ensnares it. And it is standing.
Oh, yeah,
free.
that's what we do. That's how we do it. And movement-wise, I'm going to try and fan out from the group. I can go left or right, but I don't want to just like bunch us up so we aren't easily the fireball. So...
Gotcha.
So I'll head more towards that opponent in the direction of the webbed giant with the free halfling. Yeah. And then that's it for me.
Very well. That is freely over to Tatyana.
Well, first Tatyana has to see if she can recharge. Is it okay if I stayed in my elemental form?
You never said you turned back, so I think you are currently an elemental.
Just making sure.
You can maintain that form for a fair bit of time, I think.
I think I can.
Yeah. So if you didn't consciously change back. No?
I did not recharge my whirlwind, unfortunately.
Very well.
So we're going to the whirlwind. It tries to spin and it can't. So this air elemental will instead make a multi-attack of a slam right into this beast. That's gonna be 18 and a 23 to hit.
An 18 and a 20. Both of those hit.
Oh, all right. Then we're going to give it our best slam. 2. We'll roll digitally. It's faster. 8. 11 for the first.
What type of damage is this?
Bludgeoning.
Great.
And let's see. Oh, sorry. It was +5. So 16 for the first and 13 for the second for a total of 29. Bludgeoning from a swirl of headband-wearing mist.
This thing, you are sure you damaged it. It does not flinch.
That is rude. So rude. No.
Very well. But what it does do is stare at you with its disintegration gaze.
I'm spinning and looking at it like a ballerina, keeping their point of eye contact.
Now, even though you are in the form of wind, you are still made of molecules. So I think this will affect you unless you have any sort of immunity or resistance to force damage.
Is it called force damage? That's a thing?
Yes, that's what Eldritch Blast do, and that's what several things do.
I'm resistant to many things in this form, but I don't think that one.
I would just like to point out, I realize you didn't say it, but there's a chance because you didn't understand. You can still rage in this form. You didn't say you rage, but you can rage as an air elemental.
Ah, snap. I did mean to rage and write down I should rage. So, I did
That's
rage.
to the mercy of the DM there.
There's always next round. There's always next round.
No, I haven't used my
there's-
bonus section.
Very well. So this thing stares at you.
If she is within 10 feet of me, she gets advantage on this save. I said I moved.
Very well.
I didn't say where. I leave it up to you if she's within 10 feet of me.
I think you probably would have used your full move. So yeah, you're out of range of Tatyana currently. In fact, Freely is like out of range of everyone currently.
Makes sense.
So DC 18, please. Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I definitely get that's what the rage is for. Yep, that's why I do that.
You get bonuses. Oh,
I think that I get. I'm pretty sure I have advantage on Constitution saving throw. I just forget why.
yeah, you're certainly proficient in Constitution saves.
Let's see. I got it in
I
Dex.
think.
Whatever. It's +9 anyway. Okay.
Yeah, it's +9.
Your I think you're thinking Dex for your barbarian danger sense.
That's right. Okay. 16.
A 16. I'm afraid 18 is what was required, so you'll be taking full damage from this, and it's quite a bit.
Oh no.
That is not disintegrate at all.
Oh, yeah.
That is distinct and not so good.
It's pretty disintegrate from
Get
this
out.
thing's point of view because it's a disintegrate gaze. It has gazed upon you and you are taking 76 points.
What?
Of course.
Don't worry. These
yeah.
are my air elemental hit points, not Tatyana's hit
Mhm.
Oh,
points.
good.
That is true.
So yeah, it is quite a bit. You, as it stares at you, you feel this form that you've adopted begin to come apart. You are made of air, but the cohesion that keeps you together in air elemental form is severely disrupted. So 76 points of
I'm
damage.
translucent and yet still existing as a cloud.
There's still
molecules-
there's a silver lining to all of this.
It's like a sweater that you wash too many times.
Very well.
See through the
Tatyana, you
net.
were the last player to go. So Briv, it's over to you.
How far away are these creatures?
You were probably closer to the beast itself than the giants.
Okay. Is the beast? Can I get to the beast in one turn? Because I know that Tatyana could go like 90 feet. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. The beast is sort of like you can definitely
All
cross
right.
that distance.
Briv is going to charge forward to attack the beast then, and is going to try to position himself under it, where it, just trying to get it to where it can't see him as well as Briv thinks that he can. And then he is going to attack with Great Sword, and that is 25 to hit there.
That certainly hits.
And that was good damage. So that's we're gonna go ahead and smite here as well. So that's
Great.
I'm gonna use a
I would advise
I
it. I would advise it.
use let's go with we're gonna go with a 4th level spell slot. So that is going to be so 25 plus 16 is 31 plus so that's 35 no sorry 37 points of damage.
37. Great.
If it has any kind of resistance to radiant, then 16 of that's going to be radiant.
No radiant resistance. It all goes through.
And
It all goes through, and again it barely flinches. You knew
Barely
that was
flinches.
a powerful blow, but this thing seems to be quite the tank.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to attack it again with my second attack. And that is a 24. We are going to smite with a 4th level spell slot again. And so that's going to be that time 35 points of damage.
2 big hits. You seem to have got its attention.
He does
In
that.
fact, it uses a legendary action. So, ooh, nat 20. I'm sorry,
immune to
Briv.
critical hits. Briv is immune to critical
Okay,
hits.
right.
Whoa.
Right.
With his
But that's
armor.
still with its tusks. So that is a 33 to hit on the nat 20.
Definitely hits.
Okay. Very glad to hear that I'm not going to be doing all of this damage to you, though.
Are you glad? Are you?
I'm kind of glad.
He sounded
I'm kinda
pretty
glad.
happy at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the
he was
joy in
pretty
his eyes.
pleased.
And
When he says, I'm sorry
that
with a
will
smile.
be-
I'm sorry.
Because we didn't actually
will
heal
be-
between those fights. So
Nope. So that will actually be 21 points of damage, as opposed to the 42 it could have been if you weren't immune to critical hits. All right. Briv, that is you. We are now up to Widdle.
I'm going to cast Whirlwind.
Very well.
Oh.
What are you casting?
So I'm going to concentrate on casting Whirlwind for 1 minute. So if any of you want to have at him, if we're lucky, they might be stuck in there for a while. So they must make a dex save of 19 or higher.
Dex of 19 or higher. Let's see. Nope. So one giant. I assume you're not targeting the giant that's already in a web, right?
Oh, I thought they were all kind of together.
No, there's the beast, and then these guys are sort of like spread out on the sides. So you might be able to get the beast and one of them.
Okay, I definitely want to target the beast. If
Cool.
we can get
And
one of
so
them, even better.
I assume you'll go like the one that's not that's already in a web. You're not going to bother with, so you'll get the one that's currently free.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, he got a natural 1. Let's see. Ooh, his halfling buddy seems to also have managed to scamper away and down his side, but while he gets trapped in the whirlwind. And this is
we are ferocious fighters.
For the nightmare beast. That's also a Dex 19 save. Well, it's almost as if the spell is about to take effect, and the thing's eyes pulse, and then it doesn't take effect.
That's
Not on this thing, but you do have one of the giants.
Okay. So if I have one of the giants, then that'll be 10d6 of bludgeoning damage.
Very well.
For
Were there
38.
two total or 3 total giants?
There are 3 total giants. One is in a whirlwind, one is in a web, one is currently free, and still has a halfling on his back.
Total giants and a halfling is a great band name. Yeah,
They might be total giants and a halfling.
they might be.
Make a little whirlwind in my soul.
Nice.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
And have you rolled the damage?
Yes, sorry, it's 38.
38 to this guy. Okay.
Yeah, so
Ooh, right.
for 1 minute, I'll keep that whirlwind on that one giant. And then for each turn, they're going to get 5 feet higher inside of that whirlwind. Each turn, they can make a strength or a dex save of 19 or higher.
They're probably going to go with strength. Okay. And that is Widdle. Now it's time for these giants to try to escape the various things that they're in. The one that is in the whirlwind does not go anywhere because he rolled just terribly. And wow, the one that's in the web is also like it's probably strong enough to rip free, but it's like it's got this goop is all over its helmet. It's trying to rip free, and it's not getting it together.
And Avrin gave me this finger trap thing once, and I just like pull and like couldn't get loose, and I was stuck in that thing for 2.5 days before I finally figured it out.
It's much like that, but bigger and with webs. So the remaining giant reaches into a pouch at its side and pulls forth a large, smooth stone and flings it at Briv. Or no, Briv's actually engaged with the nightmare beast, so it's going
engaged. And I was trying. What I was actually trying to do was
trying to get underneath. Yeah,
if I could.
Yeah. So it's not going to go for you. I'm going to make this random. Minsc, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Minsc, does an 18 hit you?
It is exactly 18 is my armor class, so yes.
There we go. All right, so this will be, as this rock comes flying towards you, that will be 26 points of bludgeoning.
So, basically, I wasn't looking where it was coming. All of a sudden, the rock comes around. Boo does like a little squeak in the ear, and then I look up and I go, oh, and then just careens off my body.
And Freely, you notice that these weird feral-looking halflings, ever since you spoke to them, their eyes have been on you. So the two that are on the ground and the one that's still riding on the shoulders of this giant,
let's do it,
all unleash these arrows at you, which you can see are dripping with some kind of weird substance.
It's going to make me feel it.
But that is really... Ooh! That was not your concern until the last one.
I'm going to use a point of luck to force a reroll.
Very well. Okay, so his second roll was a 19. with his bonus that day. What is your AC?
It is 22, but could go higher.
How much higher can you get it?
Since the rest of the things haven't attacked yet, I'm going to go ahead and use shield, which will make my AC 27.
Not enough. Then this arrow, and you do see it's envenomed with some sort of weird sticky substance. It sort of stops in midair and then falls at you.
Yeah, you guys don't know how we do it around here.
The halflings actually at this, they all set up like this, and they're speaking. This is not halfling. This is a language you do not recognize, but they. The ones on the ground just take off. They run away. They run for the area they appeared in, and they blip out as they hit that. The one that's on the back of the giant.
Run.
Did you understand what they were saying, Freely?
Something about my mom.
It's a good guess. It's a very good guess. The one that was on the back of the giant, also having, perhaps imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. It does an elaborate backflip, does the superhero landing, and also takes off. It does not quite make it. It's running away, but it does not seem to get to where it needs to go to disappear. And that is all of our giants. They've all gone. We are now over to Havilar. Or actually, Havilar, Minsc, who has the higher dex?
I have a 15.
You're both at a 3.
You definitely have more than me.
Okay.
Havilar?
Okay, so there's the Nightmare Beast, and then there's 3 giants, and 2 of them are trapped. Can I get to the Nightmare Beast? From where I am?
Yeah, you can easily get to it.
Then I will...
Because you were in the center of the arena, and it appeared like it wasn't at the far end, it appeared near the center.
Right. Then I would like to attack the Nightmare Beast. With my glaive, because it is the best weapon. And I'm going, just because we're here, I would like to use my precision dice to make sure that I hit it.
Ooh.
Okay, so it was 39.
That hits.
And
that certainly hit. I think that hits
too.
That's
we're leaving, by the way, for the record. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Havilar is a little disappointed too that she didn't get to do anything but the little hellish rebuke. So she's gonna smite it. So that will do. Let's see, that one, and then so that's 18 for the regular attack, and then an additional 15, of which it looks like 6 is force damage. And then she has 2 more attacks.
Would this be the first time that Freely's ever seen Havilar smite?
Yes.
Because he goes,
And the smite, those of you that fought Tiamat with her, the smite then was different. It was this burst of sort of like peacefulish moonlight, which goes weird with the smite. But now it's all shadows, and they look maybe like a little bit like feathered edges. That's right. I have the
as you do this, Baeloth's been doing sort of a running commentary all through this. It's been hard to hear everything because of the din of battle, but you do hear when that lands, Baeloth go, "Oh, smite makes right."
I see what you did there.
So,
so 18 and 15, and did you say an additional 6 points of force?
No, 6 of the 15 is force.
Okay, gotcha.
And then she's gonna hit it 2 more times. One for 18, one for 17. Those are the attacks.
Both of those hit.
Okay. And so then the damage.
This is a big target. Easy to make contact with, relatively speaking.
So 15 on the first attack, and then 14 on the second one.
It's a 15 and a 14, and that's just straight up slashing damage, I assume.
It's magical slashing, though. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then so she's just carving that glaive around, and she flips it and stabs it with the back end, and that one is less exciting. It's a 14.
Okay.
Does that one hit?
With this flurry of blows and smites that have landed, you can see this thing. It's I said before it wasn't flinching. It's starting to flinch now. It seems like it is wounded. It is very agitated and angry. And in fact, it lets out a frightful howl. And also exudes a cloud of magical fear gas. So it's going to hit both Briv and Havilar. And
is Havilar close enough to be in Briv's aura?
Yeah, Briv is immune to.
Yes, now she is. She ran up.
Frightened condition, and in that.
Very well, then you will not be frightened at all. But Havilar, you will, with the bonus that Briv grants you, make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Does your aura make her immune or not?
No. Does
What's
not make
the bonus?
Is
it 3?
+4. Sorry.
What's the bonus, Briv?
+4. Okay, so it's a 14.
+4, right. Havilar, fear grips your heart like an icy, bony claw. You are now frightened of this thing. But you suffer the effects of the frightened condition, but you will be able to repeat a save at the end of each of your turns. So for right now, you're going to be at disadvantage on any ability checks and attack rolls. This thing is.
Sorry, can I use my Indomitable and re-roll that?
Yeah, I think that feat gives that ability, doesn't it?
That does.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go any better. I got exactly the same thing.
It's
like, wait, this
You're
might
like you
be
tried
fake.
to
No,
rally.
I think this is very real.
No, I'm really scared. I actually am.
Real quick on that though, is Havilar within 10 feet of Briv or further?
This is a big thing, so I don't think you're right next to each other.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's
We'll
fine.
get as close as I can.
If you were within 10 feet, then yes.
My fighting style is better when I am close to somebody, so I would get as close as I can. But
I'd say you can use your move to reposition yourself without leaving its threat range on your following turn. Okay, that means it's over to Minsc.
Okay, so I got hit in the head with a big rock, which puts him into a rage. So he's going to unleash his barbaric rage and flip out, bring forth Lilikor, and try and attack. It was one of the giants that threw that stone, or was it the big guy?
All right, it was one of the giants.
Yeah, whoever attacked him, he's just focusing all of his fury on that sucker because clearly that guy needs his evil pushed in. So it is the giant that is not webbed and not whirlwinded. Okay, I'm gonna scream bloody murder, giant no more, and then I'm just going to unleash an attack on it. 23 for the first hit.
That hits him.
And 17 for the second one.
Both hit. Both land.
And then when I'm in a
Demonstrate.
frenzy, I can make a single melee weapon as a bonus action, so I can hit her again.
Okay.
That one's a 32.
Yeah, those all hit.
Okay,
Those all
so
hit.
that will be first one is
That was a 32, but not a nat 20.
no,
right?
unfortunately.
Oh, some
I
nice
know.
bonuses you
Yeah,
get.
he's got a
All
plus
right.
14 to hit. It's kind of freaky. So
Mhm.
he's got 19 damage on the first one because he gets a plus
Okay.
2 with his when he's in the middle of a rage.
Okay.
He's got 12 for the second one,
Gotcha.
and the third attack is. Oh, hold on, I'm just trying to clear the thing. The third one is a 15.
Slice, slice, slice. Yeah, this guy doesn't look so.
Hack. Yeah.
He's wearing a helm, but just by his posture, you can tell he's not so happy anymore. He is clutching these wounds that you have inflicted.
Get
on
down
him.
to smaller size. We shall show you how less giant you can be.
Well, there's no correlation between being smaller and less ferocious. I mean, I just Widdle and I we take exception to that assumption.
Yeah, I mean, we're tall for a halfling and a gnome, but yeah.
Yeah.
What Frilly said.
Yeah, but keep cutting them up though. You're doing great, honey.
And the Nightmare Beast will use one of its legendary actions on this to lash out with a tusk attack, but not at any of you. It smashes one of the columns. This thing seems enraged.
I'm sure
And
that's
yeah,
fine.
one of these columns is shattered. And could we please get dexterity saves from Minsc, from Briv, and from Havilar?
So, would Minsc be within 10 feet of Briv right here?
Minsc was actually attacking
Yeah,
one of the
okay.
giants, so no.
I got a dirty 20.
But
15
dirty 20, got
with
it.
Brib's bonus.
You made it. 15?
19.
Great. All of you make it. None of you take any damage from this.
Woot.
But you do see one of these columns goes crashing into the side of the arena. Cracks spread out from it. And the area that you're all in is currently difficult terrain. Okay. Could I get wisdom, or sorry, perception checks? Perception or investigation,
everyone?
whatever is. What's everyone's passive? Actually, just give me passive, because this is in
19.
combat.
17.
16.
15.
Actually, anyone who got above a 15 will notice that this rampage, these cracks in the arena's stone walls, one of them has opened wide enough to leave a pile of rubble at its foot. And there seems to be a faint glow coming from it.
From the foot or the rubble?
From the crack itself.
Is that good for us or bad for us?
We are at the top of the round. Freely, over to you.
So we got one giant in a whirlwind, one giant in a web, one giant loose, and two of my friends on the Nightmare Beast, huh?
You see there's a halfling who's currently running away from you at high speed. The giant that is free has been hacked up severely by Minsc. It is definitely, as they say, bloodied.
Since Minsc is alone over there, I'm not an advocate.
I am
for
never
halfling
alone.
Halfling on halfling violence. That's true. I'm gonna run in on the giant that Minsc is on and attack twice. Actually, just one quick thing. Is there any indication that the Nightmare Beast is undead or a fiend?
Do you have any detection abilities in that regard?
My divine sense would tell me if it's an undead celestial fey or fiend.
Then it is certainly not any of those things.
All right. Gonna help him with the giant. And that is going to be a lot on one and less on the other. That's gonna be a 30 on the first hit.
Whoa.
And an 18
30.
on the second hit.
Both of those hit.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop two smites on it as I get in here next to Minsc. I'm like, it's just like old times, huh, buddy?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna drop the 3rd level smites on it. So let's see. I'll give you all of the damage. Do you need me to split it up for the sake of any mitigation, or is it okay if I just give you all of it?
Just give me all of it.
All right.
There is no mitigation. It's just a big sack of hit points is what this is.
I mean, whomst among us, right? All right. Coming in now. So just come in, chopping him up with my red and green explosions going off as I'm hacking away with my sword for 51 total points of damage.
Whoa.
51.
Yep.
Freely, could you describe how exactly you relieve this giant of the burdens of life?
While Minsc is like roaring at it, I just sort of run past him because as a halfling, I can move through his space, and I get behind it and just kind of take out its femoral artery so it looks like Minsc is killing it.
I was just gonna say, and I think I did it. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, this thing screams again in a language you've never heard before.
Yeah.
Even those of you who might speak giant, you're not quite sure what it's saying, but it's nothing good as it crashes to the ground.
Oh, Minsc, you got him, buddy. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I have slain dragons. This is nothing.
Right. Yeah, no, you're looking a little wild-eyed right now, buddy. That's okay. That's all right. We got him. On to the next one, right? On to the next one.
Speaking of on to the next one, unless you have any bonus actions you want to pull off.
But I'm actually going to try and stay near Minsc this time because I want him to get the advantage of my aura. But bonus action wise, I'm actually going to hex the nightmare beast. So I need wisdom. I think it's wisdom. Sorry. Oh, come on. Tell me what I want to know. I apologize. It's not telling me what kind of save I need. Oh, there is no save. I just hex it. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm going to give it disadvantage on strength checks.
Disadvantage on strength.
I'm going to hex its strength. Yep. And that's
very well.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to take kindly to that.
Mm-hmm.
It feels something emanating from you.
Yeah.
And it swings its head around. Okay, that recharged. All right. It's using a legendary action to do this.
Oh no.
Could I please get
I'm like, Minsc, we got oh no.
Constitution save, please, Freely.
Is this a spell that it is casting by chance?
It is not a spell, it's an effect.
Is it a magical effect? Okay. I got all sorts of different mitigation pending what's coming at me. That's why. Okay. All right.
There you go. It does say magical effect. It is in fact a magical effect.
Perfect. That is going to be a 21.
21. All right. You will take half of this massive amount of damage.
I have very few hit points.
And I am sorry for this. So that is which will be halved. Okay. So you will take you only take 38 points of damage.
I just love like, Minsc, you got him, buddy. I have to go.
This is actually, again, this is the disintegration effect. So basically the air around you can sort of feel your molecules being pulled apart. You manage to dodge out of the way and get the worst of it, but you do feel like the tissues of your body have undergone immense stress. You are not reduced to a pile of ash because you're not at 0 hit points.
It's worth it for the fluffy boys.
Okay, Tatyana, over to you.
Tatyana feels an anger inside her. She's still a spinning whirlwind, or rather just a cloud, but she's so mad that she took so much damage earlier that she's going to rage and then potentially recharge. Let's see. Still a 1. Not going to do it. Bang.
All right.
All right. After she enters this rage, she just sees this big thing that tried to disintegrate her and thinks of all the young djinns that they're going to feast this day. And let's see, I'm gonna make 2 slam attacks.
Roll it up.
Ooh, okay, a 19 and a 3. So the 3 is an 11 to hit
That's a miss.
and a 30 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, let's see. Get some D8s up in here. No. Real dice betrayed me.
They are fickle.
13 bludgeoning.
13.
It's a sad-looking blue cloud. No.
As I say, this
You-
thing was not looking so good anyway, and with this hit, it does flinch at this hit. It's looking kind of sad, and that's when a massive buzzer sounds. Baeloth floats down into the arena as the Nightmare Beast suddenly vanishes from view. The restrained giants vanish from view. Even the one on the ground vanishes. The halfling that was running away manages to also get away. And Baeloth announces, well, we've seen how these heroes handle nightmares. They tell them to wake up and smell the coffee. I'm afraid we're not going to witness the death of this Nightmare Beast. Those things don't come cheap. But I can certainly say that our heroes have achieved victory! And the crowd goes wild as you bask in the adulation. And we bring our first episode of the Black Pits to a close.